Cities across the United States are giving out guaranteed income. So this is no strings attached, monthly payment checks directly to your bank account. With the increase in the cost of living due to inflation, as well as the growing economic inequality, guaranteed income programs are very important moving forward. 50% of Americans don't have $400 in cash to handle an emergency. Now, it's clear to see that a large majority of Americans are struggling to make ends meet. That's why in today's video, we're going to be discussing one of the solutions to this issue and how you could actually get cash in your pocket with no strings attached. The great Martin Luther King once said, "I'm now convinced that the simplest approach will prove to be the most effective. The solution to poverty is to abolish it directly by a now widely discussed measure, the guaranteed income." There's now over 100 guaranteed income pilot programs across the nation. The promise of universal basic income, UBI, remains an attractive concept to many, even as the U.S. economy fluctuates and the threat of a national recession looms. Cities across the country continue announcing new free cash programs for residents. Guaranteed income experiments are popping up or expanding across the country, offering no strings attached temporary cash payments to low-income residents. Mayors for Guaranteed Income, founded in 2020, advocates for guaranteed income programs across the country. By the end of 2022, there were more than 100 mayors involved in the organization's work, with even more planning guaranteed income initiatives. What is guaranteed income? The movement for guaranteed income is growing, initiated in public conscience by previous demands for financial safety nets during the pandemic. The Counties for a Guaranteed Income believes that all Americans deserve an income floor. This is a coalition of county elected officials from across the United States working to ensure that all Americans have an income floor. According to former Stockton mayor and founder of CGI, Michael Tubbs, with the launch of Counties for Guaranteed Income, we are moving Dr. King's vision from one mayor in a major city to more than 100 leaders across the nation who are committed to ensuring that we end poverty and build an economy that provides dignity and freedom for all. Across the board, guaranteed income leads to better lives and communities. With a stable foundation, people can further support their families, pursue education, find new jobs. With more stability, people invest in themselves and their families, take risks, and even start businesses. According to the mayor of San Fernando, California, they saw how guaranteed income created stability for parents and children when implemented in the Los Angeles Guaranteed Income Pilot Program. It's an effective approach to bridging the income gap and enhancing resilience during crises and empowering people with the opportunity to establish a more secure and stable life. But if you want to get more information about the latest pilot programs, you can check out the Guaranteed Income Pilot Dashboard. Now, this is a project between Stanford, the Mayors for Guaranteed Income, and the Center for Guaranteed Income Research Social Policy Practice at the University of Pennsylvania. Now, this project tracks the participants in various different pilot programs across the country, and it looks at a variety of different factors in terms of how they're actually utilizing this guaranteed income. Now, to get the latest information, you could actually just scroll down here where it actually gives information on the pilot program. So as you can see, major cities such as Atlanta, Baltimore, Los Angeles County, and it tells you exactly how many participants are in this pilot program, the monthly payments that are being made, and then the duration of the program. So for the most part, these are going to be at least 1 year. In some places, like Baltimore, for example, they're doing it for 2 years. And you can click on these individual links to see a little bit more details about the overall program. So in Baltimore, it's called the Baltimore Young Family Success Fund, where there's 200 participants. They get $1,000 per month and a total of $4,800,000 invested in a community. And right down here, they just have some demographics about the program participants, including the number of participants, the median household income. And right here, this is going to be more so for young adults, at least for the Baltimore program, 18 to 24 years old and below 300% of the federal poverty line. Now, one of the biggest pilot programs is going to be for Los Angeles, which has about 3,200 participants, each receiving $1,000 for 1 year, and a total of $38 million invested in the community. This was launched back in 2022. So you could check this out, do a little bit of research. As you can see, these programs are across the country, and there's new programs that are constantly popping up as well. So this list isn't exclusive to all of the pilot programs out there. As you can see, this data was last updated back in September. I actually know for a fact in my state, there's another pilot program in Prince George's County that they're about to launch. New York City also has a pilot program as well with over 600 participants, each receiving $500 to $1,000. And this is for 3 years, 16 million invested in the community. And a little bit more about this. So this one, actually, there's no Social Security or ITIN required. Now, these guaranteed income programs are making a huge impact. Here's a testimonial of a participant in the Atlanta Community Transformation Program. Now, this participant, Crystal, said, "I couldn't sleep at night because I was worried about how I was going to pay student loans, personal loans, and my car payment. These payments have allowed me to pay for these things." Here's another testimonial from a participant in the New York Bridge Project. "It's a relief that I feel everything that I went through and all the struggles, and then the Bridge Project came along. I swear, if it wasn't for the Bridge Project, I don't know where I would be mentally or physically." Another participant, "Guaranteed income helps me monetarily afford food and helps me to be able to move around, maneuver, submit resumes, so on and so forth. I don't have to worry about committing another crime just to support myself." According to the Economic Security Project, this is more than just a check. It's the freedom everyone deserves. The time has come for a proven policy, cash with no strings attached. Now, overall, these pilot programs are really designed to, help people meet these basic needs. I strongly believe that one of the best ways of elevating from living below the poverty line is definitely to have some type of stability where you can then get a job, educate yourself, maybe even, start to build credit, learn about financial literacy, and also perhaps even start a business later down the road. Now, as one of the mayors suggested too, sometimes, you can't get to those different points until you have a stable foundation. And I know we talk about, credit, starting businesses, but, really that comes about from a position of stability, right? So you're not going to be able to, let's say, build your credit or open up a secure credit card and put a deposit down if you barely have $400 to your name. And it's kind of hard to start a business when, your basic necessities are not met. Now, to get more information, you may want to look locally to see what your state, your county, or your local city is actually doing in terms of a pilot program. Now, what I can say is that dozens of programs are actually starting to pop up. Now, there are some positives that I do think will come about from guaranteed income programs. So for one, creating more stability. Right now, when you don't have the basic necessities and you're economically vulnerable, that only leads to further negative outcomes, particularly when it comes to crime. And I think this comes from economic desperation. Once basic necessities and basic needs are met, such as housing, food, clothing, electricity, it will allow people to focus on other activities where they could be more productive. Anyways, that's all for today. Let me know your thoughts and opinions right down in the comment section below. And until next time, take it easy and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.